Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Yinzer Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my brother Tim, and we are the Yinzer Bros. Well, the 2025 season did not go as planned, Tim. Much of the
No,
same.
it went as planned, TJ. It went exactly as planned.
So, Tim, well, you thought, did you think we'd win that many games?
TJ, did I not say what was going to happen?
Well, you did call the end where we were just going to get bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
No,
you did it with a kick.
I said we would make the playoffs with another team kicking a field goal. Kind of like what happened. The dude just missed the field goal, so we made the playoffs. And then I said we got our doors blown off in the playoff game.
Yeah. Well, and
now did I because we didn't talk since the last game, right? Since we lost.
No,
right?
since you used to beat us. No, we've been in mourning, Tim.
I mean, I didn't anticipate that my rear end is going to be sitting in Houston watching us get our tails kicked when the game's up in Pittsburgh. That was a trip. That was a treat and a half, dude.
That was crazy.
And I was blaming complete strangers, not strangers, people that I know that are work acquaintances when I'm seeing at these conferences, for coming and sitting at the table. Like when they sat down, I was like, "It's your fault." They're starting. I pulled that. I said it right to them. I go, "Dude, you have to leave." As soon as you sat down, they started playing terrible.
Yeah. Like
I had to leave the restaurant at halftime and watch it in a hotel room by myself.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do, Tim. The offense was nowhere to be found, and the defense did great, but they can only last so long. It is what it is. Shroud was terrible. What are your thoughts about him? I thought he was going to be a world beater. He's an Ohio State quarterback. We'll give him that, but
sums up, TJ.
Would you take him as a Steeler quarterback?
Hell no. I think we had this discussion. You said, would you give up all these picks for Stroud?
No, I wouldn't. Let's say you just picked him up as a free agent. Would you pick him up?
No, I don't want him, dude. No. I had people tell me how good that dude was after year one. I'm like, just wait. He's an Ohio State quarterback. They all suck. Well, they do. They all suck. That guy stinks.
Yeah, they were not very good. They got crushed the next game, and we made him look great. That was ridiculous. We had no offense at all. So
they turned the ball over 5 times. We still got beat by 30 points.
I know, which is ridiculous. It was crazy. So here's the question. With all the stuff in the year, do you think the Steelers got any better this year? Like personnel-wise?
Their line got better.
Yeah.
Their defense sucks. It's overrated. You get the highest paid defense in the league. They suck. Mm-hmm. Their offensive line got better. That's it. That's all I can point out. Like, yeah,
I think the D line got better too. The D line was decent.
Not really.
Well, Cam played out of his mind, but you added two big heavy pieces.
Oh, cool! You gave up almost a buck rushing to Woody Marks.
Yeah. Well, when you're on the field that long and your offense can't sustain drives, what do you expect? But the defense took the ball away 5 times?
Yeah, but you also gave up a buck you gave up a buck to Henry too. You gave up. That's all you did was give up 100 yards every game.
That's not totally unique. So it didn't go the way that we thought. I think they got better. I think they pushed the ball up a little bit more. I think they got they got better. We'll talk about personnel in a little bit. Yep. The big news was the loss and then Tomlin's big exit. It was time, Tim. Now you got to give it up to him at least. He kind of knew. They didn't have to force him out. He just said, "I'm done. Obviously, I can't get it done. I'm done." So with that in mind, how do you think Tomlin's going to be remembered? When you look at the whole body of work, what do you think of Tomlin? By the way, let me just set this out real quick. I'm tired of the argument that he won with Cowher's players. You remember? What his record was last year?
That was going to be the exact sentence that came out of my mouth.
Do you know what Cowher's last year record was? 8-8.
I understand, but what was his year? What was it the year before?
Well, I get that, but you know what? Was he on the downslope? But what was going on? I think so. Cowher got a great quarterback. Now he did great stuff with crummy quarterbacks. Neil O'Donnell, Cordell Stewart, but he still couldn't push it through, which makes him pretty ordinary.
But TJ, he never went through a 9-year playoff drought.
That's true. Yeah,
that gentleman went through a 9-year playoff drought with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He did, but one of the challenges is too.
Don't tell me he didn't win with Cowher's players. Can you name me? Let me ask you a question. Personnel roster wise, what was his best? What was Tomlin's best player drafted?
Probably, did he draft Brown?
Who?
Yeah, Antonio Brown. He drafted Bell.
No, Brown. I thought Brown was on the.
No, he was him and
Was it
Sanders.
Brown?
That was part of his first year's draft pick. Him, Sanders, and they got Bell a couple years later. He had some good draft picks.
You mean him, Sanders, and wasn't it Mike Wallace? They weren't drafted all by the Cowher. Those Cowher years.
Wallace was a Cowher guy, but not Brown and Sanders.
I thought they were all drafted the same year.
No, Wallace was not the same year. Now Sanders and Brown were. Yeah, Sanders and Brown were. Actually, Sanders I think was a third round pick, wasn't he?
I don't know.
He was. And then you had Bell. Bell's not a not a slouch. And then is TJ Watt's a
TJ Watt's again. That's maybe three players. Look at the dudes Cowher's drafted.
I mean, he got Ben, but he had to suck to get Ben.
He got Ben. He got Troy.
Yeah.
He got that whole D line was incredible when he was there that he drafted.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You look at the O line that he drafted when he was there. Faneca.
Yeah, I mean, I think you build through the draft and stuff like that. And I think you're seeing that here now.
Hines Ward.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, dude. It's not.
They were great, but I mean, I get that you had the tail end of some of these guys with Tomlin's first Super Bowl. I get it, And it can be said that he underachieved with some great teams. The Steelers should have won at least two more Super Bowls. Again, there's a couple things for that. I think it's kind of weird. We're coming off the heels of the first Hall of Fame ballot thing, and Belichick does not get in. Why doesn't he get in, Tim, for his first time?
They say because it's the Spygate thing, but okay, whatever, TJ.
So
but wasn't that team that they lost to? That wasn't a Tomlin coach team. That was a Cowher coach team, was it not?
Which one? The
one where they lost in the AFC title game.
Well, yeah, but you still had to go through Brady that whole time.
But I'm not. Put it this way: the discussion that we were having is Tomlin and Cowher's.
How do we think Tomlin's going to be remembered? I think that's going to be
I mean, he's going to be remembered as a great coach because he's a great talker. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to come down to. He's a great talker, great motivator. Do I think he's a great coach? I'm not putting him up there with. He's not a better coach than Cowher. Just not. He's not a better coach than Nolan.
When you think of Cowher, do you think of schematics? What do you think of Cowher? I mean, Cowher's not like a schematical genius.
Well, do you think of Tomlin as a schematical genius?
No, I don't. I put them close to the same category of motivators.
They're motivators, but my thing is, Tomlin's resume is better. Cowher's resume is better.
It's a shorter body of work, but I think it's
a couple years, but it's better.
Yeah, but I think they're similar. I don't think it's like a slam dunk. I think they're similar. I mean, I still give the edge to Cowher, but I don't think it's like a slam dunk.
The common denominator with that was for the first 8 years, Cowher was playing with quarterbacks like me and you.
Oh, I get that. I totally get that. As he was building.
Can you imagine if he had Ben? Could you imagine the years that they went to the AFC title games, the Dallas? If he had Ben.
Oh, I get it. But you could say if Andy Reid had somebody like that in Philly, he would have not trashed out like he did with McNabb. You could say that with any team.
Okay, he went to like 4 consecutive NFC title games with those guys.
He did, but with Donovan McNabb, who was like, I mean, he wasn't.
Donovan McNabb was pretty good, dude.
He was, but I mean, he couldn't break over till he found Mahomes. So you wonder, like, what does he do if he doesn't find Mahomes? I mean, don't get me wrong, he's an offensive genius, but nobody's that much of an offensive genius.
Do I think Tomlin's a top 15, top 20 coach of all time? Probably.
I think you're right. I think that's a good place to put him. Yeah, just because longevity matters. Like here's a good Andrew Luck. Hey, he's going to be the greatest guy ever. Longevity matters. He didn't last in the league.
But they're the Steelers. They don't fire anybody.
I get it. So yeah, I give it up. I give him props for stepping down. He realized because I cannot get it done.
There's something more, TJ. There's something more to the story. It's just weird. Like I don't get. I get that he stepped down. Some of the stuff you hear was like. He went through stuff and it was just subtle, and he hasn't made a statement since.
Well, I mean, why would he? He was. If you look at his track record with the Steelers, he only spoke when he had to, and when he spoke, it was very low.
Every coach that did that resignation, they all had like a press conference and out. It's something just doesn't smell, and he's just been off the radar. You haven't heard anything from him.
I think that's just going to be who he is. I think that's part of his thing. I mean, he would give you what you wanted to hear, and he would just leave. I mean, he did the bare minimum when it came to communication. When did he ever really elaborate on any of these great things other than his one-liners, which will be great at TV? I mean, Can you imagine this? Can you imagine if he gets on the same broadcast, he sits at the same desk as Cowher? That'd be
Be
interesting, wouldn't it?
great. Be great. But I don't know. Like I said, do I think he's a great coach? I think he underachieved. And it sucks because I get it. Never had a losing season. That's incredible. Blah blah blah. But like, dude, it's just mediocre crap. It's just.
I
What do
mean,
you
he
want me
put
to?
some teams together even post Ben. I mean, he won.
His to
He
me
got
his
the players
best.
with like Duck Hodges.
That was his best. To me, that was his best coaching year
Yeah.
when they lost Ben and they got
Yeah.
and they got that thing. Other than that, dude, it's like it's tough. Ben would just Ben would drag that team to 10, 11 wins in his prime.
Oh, he would. He would. He would. You know, and he get. I mean, let's be real. Even in the Super Bowl games, other than that one beautiful pass at the end of the game, and in that last drive in Arizona, he wasn't that awesome in Seattle. He hadn't come into his own yet.
No, I agree with you. I mean, but he was awesome. I think he was awesome in the Green Bay game, and I think he was awesome. I still think he should have got the MVP in the Arizona game.
Oh, he
And
should have. Yeah, he should have, without a doubt. Yeah, he
I mean,
should have.
I don't know. Like I said, it's not like I don't hate. I think Tom was a great coach, but do I think he's on some weird pedestal? No, man.
Do you give him more props because he stepped down? I mean, he had 2 years left on his contract. Do you give him props for
I
saying I'm
do
done?
because if you walk away from $50 million, that's banana land.
It's a big deal.
So Duggan props, yeah, and I think
Because he didn't have to step down. They would have ran it back with him again, and he
of
just
course they would have.
he
They would have
did.
ran it back to the ground. So, but do I give him props? Probably because I mean, if he ever does come back, Steelers gonna be set up pretty with a couple first round draft picks for him.
They will.
So
So
I
there's no
guess,
doubt.
yeah. I mean, but
I think he's
uh,
done. Every indication says he's done. I think he's going to go to TV. He'll love TV. I think he's going to be like Gruden. Gruden turned down the Jets were trying to court him. I think Gruden loves what he's doing now because he gets to get in the game, mess with the guys, does whatever he's going to do, calls his own stuff.
I
I think he
don't
loves
because
it.
Tom to me is too much of a football junkie, and he's too young. What's Tom at 55?
I think he's 50. Let's see. Toby is 21. He's done it for 3 years. 34. Yeah, about 55. Yeah.
Too young, dude. He'll be back. He'll be
Yeah.
back. He's too much of a football junkie, dude.
We'll see. I don't know. He may get into TV land and really like it. I thought that I mean, we thought the same with Cowher. Cowher's going to take a couple of years. He's going back in. And
I think the one
he never
job
came back.
I think the one job he would come back and try to snatch up as much as possible if it opens, if they have another year what may open, is the DC job. He's from there. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I could
could
see
be.
that happening.
Could be. I don't know. So, he steps down. It launches for us then this
I
search
mean,
for the next head coach. And again, we got all these names that are flying around. We know the Steeler way. They always grab a young defensive guy in their 30s to kind of start everything off, and they get rolling. They have 3 in-person interviews, a bunch of Zoom interviews, and they announce that they're bringing in Mike McCarty.
TJ, I got that breaking news after I got my absolute tail kicked at Disney for a week. I mean, I got made fun of by an evil queen. Bad. I'm not like talking like, ha ha ha, that's cute. She was dog walking me in the middle of a restaurant.
Did you tell them too that they thought that you were somebody? Somebody asked you if you were somebody in Disney.
I mean, I was gonna get to that, but that wasn't that. But let me paint the picture. I got dog walked by the evil queen
Mhm.
for about 5 minutes. Like I said, when I say in front of the whole restaurant, I mean in front of the whole restaurant.
So did you see
I was
you saw all the
sweating.
characters there? I mean, so she just came out. I mean, you had the Cinderellas. Did you see like all of them, like the Bambis and the Thumpers and everybody, or was it
I
just
saw Cinderella, I saw Grumpy, and I saw Dopey.
Grumpy? I did
Those
see the
guys
picture
came
with
to your.
Grumpy. Yeah.
Those guys came. Somebody said I sent a picture out, and somebody said that the resemblance is uncanny between me and Grumpy. I said okay. The evil queen, you had to get invited to go see her in the middle of the restaurant where she was standing, and she'd meet tables as you were done eating, but it was in the middle of the restaurant, so everybody could see, everybody could hear. She dog walked me for 5 minutes in front of the whole restaurant, and by this time I'm got that nervous sweat coming down. As
Yeah.
I sit back down at the table, I got a guy across from me go, "Hey, that was pretty rough." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Do you live in Western Pennsylvania or in Pennsylvania?" I go, "I grew up in Pittsburgh." He's like, "You look a lot like Fetterman." I go, "Bleep you, dude." I go, "Bleep you."
Of all the people that people could think that you resemble,
TJ,
Fetterman
that
is the
was the
guy.
ultimate kick in the crotch. I
It
look at him,
is.
I
It
go,
is. It is.
huh? So I mean, that was day
Tim,
two of Disney
have you
trip.
looked at pictures online and and put
TJ,
side by side?
this is I do a lot of government affairs work. This isn't the first time that I've heard that I've looked
You've
like
heard
Fetterman.
that before.
I've heard that before.
Oh my goodness, Tim.
It's the hoodie thing. I got to stop wearing hoodies.
That's what it is.
I got to start wearing suit jackets and stuff.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with your big head and your this thing here. It's just the
I don't know,
hoodie.
man.
I'm
I
sure
don't
if I
know.
wore the hoodie, they'd say the same thing, Tim.
It. I mean, I had that happen to me. I had Melissa. She did much research and she had these foot massager boots. They look like silver boots. My feet were feeling good. I was like, Thursday we're going to have a back-to-back park day. I'm going to try these things. They must have just melted all the calluses off my feet. So I get into the park on Friday, TJ. I got a blister the size of a hot air balloon on my right toe.
How many days are you at Disney, Tim?
Forever. I never thought I was leaving. I was like, I'm going to live here forever.
You thought you were going to be part of
we were
the
there for a
part of
week,
the
TJ,
show.
and the scary part is, like, you look down at your watch and you put in 20,000 steps, and you're eating so much, it doesn't matter how much you. Like, I think I gained 20 pounds.
Well,
all
Tim,
I was doing, was eating chocolate beignets every day, every night when I got back to the resort.
What's a beignet? That sounds funny. That sounds fancy.
It's basically a donut with it does have a hole in it, and it just has powdered sugar all over it. And you could pour chocolate. And all I did was eat
how
them
many did you
like
have
they
of
were
those?
candy. TJ, I had to have 100 of them. I would have them in the morning before he left. I would have them in the afternoon. I would have them at night. I'd have them when we got back. TJ, all I did was eat. Like, I'm shocked there's any pictures of me not stuffing my face with food. Like, it was insane. Like, I was like a camel. Like, I just ate, I drank, and I looked down. I'm like,
I didn't know
came back.
camels were
How do I
eaters,
gain?
Tim.
How do I gain 10,000 pounds? How do I gain 15 pounds when I was walking 15 miles a day? But to sum that all up, I get to the airport and we're ready to leave, and that news gets dropped on me. I'm not lying, TJ. 10 minutes before we board our flight, I go, you gotta be kidding me. That's gonna be in the brain. This guy that looks like all he's thinking about is beef stew 24/7. It's my new coach. I was having like visions of what's it, Shulaka, whatever his name is, Shah. I'm going, yeah, give me somebody nice, fresh, and new, and I get Mike. It's like going back, and you're like, what are you having for dinner tonight? I'm having pot roast. That's what it's like.
So now you've had a few days to let it settle in. So basically, these are the reports that we got back. They did 3 in person, or they did a bunch of Zooms, and they brought 3 in. They brought him in. They brought Flores. Who's the other guy they brought in?
I'm so angry. I can't remember anymore. The guy from Miami.
The guy from Miami.
African-American general, yeah.
Yeah. And so basically, we heard this about Shula. I thought Shula was going to be the shoe, but I heard he bombed his Zoom interview. That's from multiple people.
There's other dudes like the Kubiak brothers. Why didn't you bring them in?
Well, he's still coaching, isn't he?
So what?
You wait for him. I get it, because McCarthy's not going anywhere.
Who was offering McCarthy the keys?
McCarthy's did. So now that it's kind of settled in a little bit, I can see. At first, I was like solely bummed out, but I can see
TJ,
where this is decent.
You are a sucker for the press conference.
No, let's. Well, his press conference was amazing. Come on, wasn't it amazing?
I was wrapped in the blanket, but in the colors.
Tim, tell me you didn't stand up and kind of do this when he was doing the. Come on, he kicked that press conference.
I thought it was one of those robotic thingies from Disney that I've been seeing all week talking to me. I was like, what? When him and Art Rooney were side by side together, they look like 2 dead people, just like McCarthy. The button on his it looked like it was going to shoot
hanging off
the room.
So, but you look at his resume. He developed in Green Bay. He's an offensive guy. We've not had an offensive guy yet.
But TJ,
Play caller.
The one that kills me the most is this. When they keep saying he helped develop Joe Montana. He got Joe Montana when he was in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's
stop it.
Yeah, that's fine. But we know this. We know that he was instrumental in Farr. We know he's instrumental with Rodgers, and we know that he was instrumental with Dak.
Dak, I'll give him Rodgers. Favre was fine. Favre was good before.
But what about Dak? Dak is where do you put Dak at in the pantheon of
TJ,
QBs?
Dak was good before Mike McCarthy went down to Dallas.
But what I mean, I think he has taken Dak and made him like a better quarterback than maybe he really is.
No, I think Dak's Dak. Dak's a top 10 quarterback, has always been.
Well, again, they just can't get over the hump. So we know this. We know he's good on offense.
Surprise.
Because Green Bay had good offenses. And let's be real, Dallas had good offenses too. They always had issues with their defense. We know he can develop receiver or quarterbacks. He seems like he can. He's older, I get that. But you know what? I sit back and maybe I think this is going to sound crazy. This is my reasoning. Maybe it's like the QB draft this year. You looked in, maybe there just wasn't anybody that knocked your socks off. If Shula's not the guy and you're putting all the money into Shula, you hear now Flores too has got some personnel issues with getting along with people. You don't want that.
But I did hear that what's the other guy? The Shea Lee, the other guy that they said he blew him away in the interviews, but they were worried. They think he's about a year or two away. I'm sorry if that's your thoughts, and you think he's the next big thing and he's a year or two away. You hire him. And you let him make those mistakes for a year or two, and then you have that dude. That's what didn't make any sense to me when they said that. I'm kind of going like,
well, maybe he is a bridge coach. Maybe they got their eyes on somebody else. I don't know.
TJ, he got a 5-year deal. TJ,
well, that's fine.
hell, hire or whatnot. The Steelers do not fire head coaches. They don't fire coaches usually in general before those deals are up. Yeah. He's going to be here for 5 years.
So you wonder. I mean, will he be? Is he an upgrade or a downgrade from Tomlin?
He's a white Mike Tomlin. That's all he is.
So when you look at stuff, I think this is a plus for him. I think he lets his coaches coach. I don't think Tomlin let his coaches coach.
He doesn't let his coaches coach offense.
No, he calls the plays. He's like Andy Reid. I didn't get that. And has his offense? Are his offenses better than Tomlin's defenses?
Then let me put it. Yeah, because the good the good Tomlin defenses, they weren't coordinated by Tomlin.
They were LeBeau's. Yes. Yeah. So and he's not going to.
It goes back to you telling me Tomlin's a good coach or not. No, he sucks.
Well, good coaches also they put together good staffs. They know how to let their guys coach.
That's what's getting me nervous because I'm seeing, dude. It looks like half the staff, like you're reading about him, you're kind of going like, who the hell is this dude? Who the hell is this dude? They're all buddies from Green Bay. TJ, they're getting the band back together, and Eight's coming trotting in here too with his broken arm.
Well, you see, you don't know. I think it's interesting. Like, so when you're looking at this stuff, you want to bring in guys that are going to fit your system and do your stuff. I know this. We've not had. I think who's the last best offense coordinator the Steelers have had?
Bruce Arrington.
I thought he was good, but I thought Haley was good too after him.
Haley was okay. But again, you had Ben Roethlisberger.
I get it, but Ben with Arians and Ben with Haley was different. If he doesn't have Haley, he doesn't last as long as he does. He just doesn't. I mean, he just a different. So here's my thought with that. I think if he can assemble a good team around him and let his guys coach, he's going to call the plays. Andy Reid calls the plays. You know, how many all good offensive guys should be able to call the plays? How many guys we get in the league that are head coaches that call plays? You got Reid. Who else?
Oh, the guy. I mean, dude from up in L.A., the Rams. All the offensive dudes, Sam Coop, they all do. I get it.
Yeah. So let him call the plays. Let's see what he has. I have no problem with his offense. His offense in Green Bay was fine. His offense in Dallas was fine. Their issue was defense in Dallas. They couldn't stop anybody when they got down to it, or just crazy things like Dak breaking his leg and stuff like that. Let him cook with his offense. Let's see what he does.
Okay, but the common denominator, all those places he was at, he had a quarterback.
He did. So he's going to have to build one. We're going to find out if he can build a quarterback or not. So this is the thing. Did you have confidence? Do you have more confidence in Shula or him that he's going to be able to build the next quarterback? The next franchise. If it's about that quarterback, who do you have confidence in? Who would be better than him right now to trust to develop a quarterback?
In my brain, I thought if they hired Shula, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, he would.
You're hoping that they would get the pass game coordinator.
That's who Shea Lee.
But you don't know. We don't know.
But that's the guy they also said, what I just said, he interviewed well, the passing game coordinator, and they think he's going to be a star in 2 years. So why don't you just grow with that dude on the offense?
You could. You just don't know. I mean, you got to figure out with these guys. I know this. You can't, and the Rams are a great team. Don't get me wrong. They got a great quarterback. I want to see what he does when Bradford's done.
Oh, and Stafford's done?
Yeah, or Stafford.
I don't know.
Because he's a stud. I want to see
I
what they
agree.
do when he's done. Like you know who really impresses me is going out to San Francisco. I mean, Brock
Shanahan?
Purdy. Yeah, Brock Purdy's not like he doesn't have the skill set of these guys. And I look at that. I look at the scheme that San Francisco runs from an offensive standpoint, and it's still pretty impressive to me.
Well, that's why it was like, why didn't you take the time and interview Kubiak, who's their quote unquote offensive coordinator out there? You know, that's what didn't make any sense to me either.
So maybe they'll grab somebody from that. So I'm not
They haven't. They got their
completely.
staff pretty much done.
Well, they offensive coordinator, they got it down to pretty much two guys. We'll talk about those two guys in a second. But so from a standpoint, if he brings stability and he can let these guys coach and he brings an offensive mindset, let's give him a shot. It's
I'm not
five
saying
years.
don't give him a shot, TJ, but it is an under like like I said, it's like saying, hey, what are we having for dinner tonight? And you're thinking lasagna or a steak. We're having pot roast. That's what it's like. You're like, oh, pot roast.
Well, what other proven coach would be there that you would say, okay, let's give this guy a shot, or you'd have to roll the dice on somebody.
To me, I would rather if I wanted fresh, like
I get
breath of
it.
air. You know what I mean? It just I just feel like this it's the same thing. It's
So you
just,
you might get fresh because it's going to be a totally different approach. Maybe the defense is better if they can find somebody better than Austin and continue to upgrade, and our offense, the offense has got nowhere to go but up.
it gets me like I've heard good stuff about the guy that they brought in to be the deep coordinator, but I've also
Oh,
looked at him going,
from the Raiders.
I'm like he was a coordinator of the Raiders and another crappy team.
So you know what his pedigree comes. You know where his pedigree comes from.
He comes from the Belichick tree. I get it, but I'm still kind of going like why
This
wouldn't
is
you go
why.
get?
This is why I like him. And again, it's and and he's.
He's supposed
This
to
is why I like
morph to
Graham.
his talent. That's what I get. He's not a 3-4
Well,
guy. He's
and,
not
and
a
it-
4-3 guy.
Well, yeah. So basically, that's what Belichick did. Belichick changed to attack the offense the way that he needed to attack the offense, and he was brilliant at that. And if
But
you
why,
get a little bit of
but
that,
why has he sucked every place he's been at?
you talk about think about this. Do you remember Stupid Face when he played for us? The other Stupid Face, our linebacker Stupid Face. The Raiders took him from us, and he was a stud with the Raiders. He was one of the best that they had.
I don't think he was a coordinator at that time, though.
No, no, no. I'm talking about our linebacker. Oh,
But
he
the
was.
guy,
He was.
no,
It
he
was like
wasn't.
2 years ago.
I thought he was only this year with
No, no.
old
He's
man.
he's been there for 4 years. He's been with the Raiders for 4 years.
I don't know, man. I just
What
to me,
talent does he have other than Crosby on the outside? I mean, he doesn't have anybody.
I'm not an architect of the Raiders defense. I have no idea.
Again, I think it's this. Do you think he's better than Austin? Could he be better than Austin?
TJ, I could be better than Austin.
So if it upgrades the defense, we're going to find out. You got better groceries to cook with. If the defense is upgraded and the offense is upgraded, I still think the question mark is this: quarterback. Is Rodgers coming back? Probably, but maybe he's
TJ,
not.
he's 100% coming back. The band's getting back together. He's coming back.
So think about this.
They hire. Do you realize like half of the offensive coaching room are they're his
They're from
last
Dallas or
quarter-
Green Bay. Yeah,
But
Dallas or
no,
Green
if you
Bay.
look at it, they have been at one point in time. Rodgers is back up through his career.
That's awesome. That's great.
I mean, come on, dude.
Well, here's the reality.
Rodgers is taking over the franchise. That's what happened.
So look at the QBs coming out of the draft this year.
They all suck.
So you get another year with Rodgers, and you have Will Howard as your backup. It could be worse.
Go get me. I would rather go get me.
Malik.
You know who I'd rather have? I can't. I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it. Is he from Arizona?
Don't say it. But I would.
Are you talking about
have,
Kyler Call of Duty Murray?
I would rather have him than Rodgers.
So if you're still looking for your franchise QB,
No, let me take that back. I don't
yeah,
want
take
him
it
other
back.
than Rodgers.
If you're looking for your franchise QB and you don't think he's coming out this year, then McCarthy makes a great. You got Aaron 1 year. You let him develop Will Howard, see what you get with him, and then you draft somebody.
Why does everybody just think Will Howard's the truth?
I don't know what you're going to get from him. I don't know what you're going to get.
You know what you're going to
He's
get
got
from
all
him,
the
TJ?
He's got all the specs.
TJ, you know what you're going to get from him? I got one phrase for you. Oh, Hi. Oh, that's it. They
So,
don't, the Ohio State quarterbacks, they all suck. They all suck.
and you could be right, but here's the reality.
I'm 100% right.
What other choices do they have this year? Who are they going to draft?
I would, I'd take a flyer on. To me, Mason's done. Bye bye, Mason.
Yeah, get rid of Mason.
Go draft the Penn State kid in round 3 or 4.
Well, I think you could do that. That's fine. Between him or Howard, whatever, but they're betting on next year's draft. You could tell. And then you have McCarthy for 4 years to develop your next quarterback. And
But
then
by that time, your defense is going to suck like Monroeville water.
But you don't, it's the way of things. You got to try to get them to come together at the same time. So again, and we'll go through all the stuff. We'll talk about all the player personnel, stuff like that too. So I think he's a good hire for a defense coordinator because I think he's better than Terrell Austin.
Terrell Austin, it was Mike Tomlin's defense. I'm sorry.
I would love to see like if they would actually, but they couldn't get him. If they couldn't get Flores to be a defense coordinator. I wouldn't be opposed to having Shula come as a defense coordinator. See what you got with him, but he's not leaving there.
Why not Schwartz?
But again, it's a different defense. You'd have to change the defense.
You don't think that dude's smart enough to manage a 3-4?
He basically runs a 4-3. That's his defense.
He does. But yeah. you don't think he's a good enough coach he can morph to
I think
do that?
He could. I think he just came in late. I think he could. I mean, and again, he's done a great job with Cleveland. Don't get me wrong. I think he'd be fine.
There's
too.
all these the thing that's like they're not like every single one of the hires are just McCarthy has worked with them. It isn't like
that what every coach does?
But to a point. But don't you want new ideas, fresh ideas? Like that's what I'm kind of saying. Like I don't want somebody who's been there for I want somebody new that can be like, okay, they haven't seen through my eyes for 5 years ago or 3 years ago or now. Like I want somebody that could say, no, why don't you look at it this way?
So when McCarthy left Dallas, was offense the problem?
I mean, put it this way.
Did they put up points?
They put up points.
When he left Green Bay, was offense the problem?
Their offense was better in Dallas than we're sitting here in Pittsburgh.
So who built that? He did. Let him build it here.
The pieces in the Dallas offense they were there when he got there.
He made them winners. He gave them they had a proficient offense.
But those pieces.
Who was his best draft pick?
McCarthy when he was in Dallas. Mm-hmm. I don't know who he drafted in Dallas. He didn't draft Lamb. That was the previous regime.
A little bit before Lamb or after Lamb.
I don't know who. I have no idea.
Think about that. Yeah, he had to draft Parsons, right? He can evaluate talent.
I mean, Jesus, TJ, you could throw a dart. Yeah, I can't believe you said that. It's like me saying, Michael Parsons was he was a consensus top 5 pick.
He was, and they fail all the time. I mean, look at the quarterbacks that you get out. By the way, I'm going to go on the record here. I wanted Sam Darnold here. And anybody that says he's a fraud, Tim.
You did.
I'm sorry. When you take two different teams, you take the Vikings and you take the Seahawks. Do you think the Vikings are doing anything to get him back? How do they let him out of the building and they keep their number 1 draft pick that they don't know anything about? That may be one of the dumbest franchise moves in history.
I don't disagree with you.
Anybody could have had him.
Do
you know why everybody dropped the ball on him? Because we've not figured out the Jets can't evaluate talent. All they do is destroy talent.
But I still think hypothetically Darnold came to the Steelers and they would have gotten him. I don't think he'd be as good as he is now because of Mike Tomlin not letting him throw the ball over the damn middle of the field.
Who do you trust better to develop him, McCarthy or Tomlin?
I don't think he needs any more development because he got his development. He got his development when he was with Shanahan.
Exactly. He did. Good coaching. I think they're realizing they need that. So offensive coordinator, it looks like the two that they're kind of settling on is Tolson and then Wells. I like Wells better. Do you even know who those guys?
I don't know either one. I know Tolzien was a quarterback in the league, and he was a backup for Rodgers at one point, right?
He was.
He's younger though too, but he's young, so I wouldn't mind. To me, that dude, you could actually maybe groom him.
You could, but at this point, you know what? I mean, it's going to be like with Austin. It is what it is. They're going to get an offensive mind. I think they're going to be better. I love the idea that they cleared house too. They got rid of the Pat Myers is gone. Bring in a
TJ, I
guy
don't
that
even
can
know how
build
that
an
dude had.
offensive line.
He got a job immediately after this. I don't even know how that happened.
I don't know either.
I mean, that
The
guy
only one I would like to see
sucks.
stuck here, I would like to see him back, but we lost him to Tampa Bay is Danny Smith. I just like his
I would
personality.
have liked to see him. I would have liked to see the running back coach. I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, I
Eddie
agree.
Faulkner.
Yeah, Eddie Faulkner, exactly.
But
Now
I'm
they
not.
said that there's three guys that they're going to try to retain. Is he one of the three they're trying to retain?
No, it
No.
was they retained Tom Arth, another quarterback. I mean, he was there last year, but he's another guy that was in Aaron Rodgers' quarterback room at Green Bay. The linebacker, one of the linebacker coach, and a defensive back coach.
Wow. And I've heard too that he's going to expand the coaching staff.
I just don't know. Like, I heard the line coach, and then I see like he was with Green Bay for all those years. He was with Carolina for like a year. Did you?
Carolina stinks.
Well, you know who they brought in after him?
Who?
Pat Meyer.
There you go.
That dude got replaced by Pat Meyer.
That could be a problem, Tim.
Tell me that doesn't get you nervous as all get up.
Yeah.
I'm seeing all these clips of him. He's a super nice guy. They said something about he'd come to like away games, get $1,000 out, walk around the city, pass out money to homeless people. I'm like, cool. Could you make my left tackle block? It's all good and dandy. I don't give a damn if you gave me $100 and you saw me sleeping on the street. Could you make Broderick Jones block?
That's true. That's true.
care.
I'm just happy. I think when we're talking about needing a fresh start, I think McCarthy comes in and it is fresh. It's going to be different. The staff's different.
TJ, it's not for TJ, it's not. It's again. It's like coming home and being like, "Oh, pot roast again."
So what do you? I mean, what is your mindset? Let's say we finish at 13-4.
There isn't a chance in God's creation.
I mean,
TJ, you know we're finishing. You know we're finishing. Take your pick: 10-7 or 9-8. Take your pick.
Well, the North is in complete disarray. It's in complete disarray.
TJ,
Yes, it is.
The Bengals are going to come in because they're getting cap space. They're going to get their defense straight out. And guess what? Starry Blue Eyes is going to be kicking our ass up and down the field.
I don't know if he can stay healthy for a year.
He will.
You say that every year, and every year
Zoolander's going to be kicking our ass up and down the field.
Dude, how on earth did Shador Sanders go over Herbig and all these guys to the or Herbert to the Pro Bowl?
There's no way
How did that happen?
There's no way Monken, that's his starting quarterback week 1. There's no way.
How did he get voted to the Pro Bowl?
How did Monken get the Cleveland job? What is Cleveland doing?
I don't know. Dude,
that team
they had
is
like
a
12
bunch
people turn down their jobs.
Do you hear they had to complete an essay for their coach to come? Like, I would have looked at these guys and be like, you guys are complete dinglings. Get me out of here.
Well, that's basically what they did. So we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna talk about Steelers. We're gonna talk about their free agents, if we're gonna keep or get rid of them. But before we do that,
cut them.
Let's look at the Yinzer mailbag. What's the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the Yinzer fan, get to ask us, the Yinzer Bros, anything you want. You can tell from this high-powered podcast, my counterpart, my brother, aka Jay Fetterman, or not Jay Fetterman. What's his first name? Is it Jay?
Well, if you can't remember his name, we're not.
Fetterman look like. We'll answer your question on our podcast. If you want to email us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com, and perhaps your question will be read on this international podcast. Tim, what do we got in the Yinzer mailbag?
I mean, a lot of this came in like after the game.
I couldn't. I was too.
And it was, and I'm gonna read some of it, and like me just hearing some of this stuff is like, I want to just throw up, like rereading it. I'm kind of going.
I hear you.
First reaction to the news, Coach T was stepping down.
I was happy.
I was relieved. You know that sense, like you're going like.
I wasn't like, thank God, but I was like, you know what? It's time to turn the page. We're turning the page.
I just said relieved. Like I said, okay, it felt like a boulder was off my shoulder. I go, oh,
because you do carry a lot, Tim. You know.
I did, and then 2 weeks later, I get pot roast checking in. Wrap me in the colors of black and gold. Pittsburgh guy.
Dude, I was
like, he's gonna die right there when he just started pounding.
You gotta love it.
So the way he looked at you, he may not make that 5-year contract.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You know what's interesting? I wonder now that Coach T isn't coaching. I wonder if we got a shot at getting him on the Yinzer Bros.
Maybe. Maybe TJ here.
Wouldn't that be
The
a
only
kick in the
oh
pants?
great, that would be great. The only thing that I thought about when I heard that Mike McCarthy press conference. Do you remember the what was the old coach for the Yankees? Zimmer, is that what his name is? The old guy
Yeah.
when he did his
The one
thing.
he got beat up by
He was
Mario
like when
Rivera.
he was doing his retirement thing. He's like, what they're asking like, what are you going to miss most about the game? He's like, players, dugout, and he just starts crying. That's all I thought of when I was watching that press conference. I'm going, what the hell is going on? All right.
He is a Yinzer, isn't he, though?
No, I mean, one of these questions: who do you want as the next coach, and do you trust Omar to get it right? No. At this point now, I used to think Omar. I used to was like, here comes Omar. I don't know about that anymore.
We'll see. We'll see.
Because he's just like him. I mean, they work together. When I heard that
And
they
so
worked
did
together
Weidel.
down in
They
New
were all the
Orleans,
same place in New Orleans. Weidel was there
TJ, that
too.
team sucked, and they're just trying to recreate it up here. We're turning into the 2002 New Orleans Saints. Okay. Game notes. I can't even go into game notes. Let's see what else he has in here. Jeez Louise. Um, he wants to know, are you surprised they didn't do more up-tempo game in the second half of the Texan game? Are you kidding me? That team, they look like they had a bunch of predators, or like the movie The Predators running around, and our guys were just like little nerdy scientists just getting destroyed.
They did. They were a fast defense.
Get out of here. Connection with DK worked early, but then after the bad drop, he wasn't targeted until the fourth quarter. You know why he wasn't targeted until the fourth quarter? Because Aaron Rodgers had a half a second to throw the ball.
That's true. That's true.
He goes, okay. And then he has to slide in there. He's like, Rodgers went back to NVS. If that dude's on the roster next year,
He won't be on the roster. He's
TJ,
done.
I just got this feeling it's gonna be like him. They're gonna bring back what's the other guy that they had for Green Bay that he loved?
Thielen? Oh no. Who?
Not Thielen.
Cobb.
Yeah, Randall Cobb's gonna be our slot receiver. I'm gonna be going. We're gonna line. Jordy Nelson's gonna be out there. It's gonna be lining up like the 2010 Packer offense. I'm going. What the hell is going on?
Could be right.
All right. He goes, Tim, after Rear Rodgers, do you think it was in the best interest for the Steelers to get him? Who else the hell are they going to get?
No, he's fine. It'd have been him or Mason. Tim, what do you think the season would have been like with Mason?
Oh, man. Oh, man. It would have been bad. And like, yeah, man, it would have been bad.
It would have been, dude. It would have been super bad.
That one game he played, I was like, this guy is. There was people wanting him to start, like before they went to Rodgers. Like, you people, when I hearing Pittsburgh radios they're idiots. It's unbelievable. I'm going like Mason Rudolph. Mason, think about. I saw a dude throw his first pass. I'm like, this guy, he sucks. He sucks.
He's bad.
All right, he's got a lot of stuff from the other game, but that's about if they bring back NVS, I'm gonna.
They won't bring him back. All right. Again, if you got any questions you want to give us, we'll be in the Yinzer Bros. We'll be through this whole. We're going to walk with you through this painful process. We'll even talk about the Super Bowl a little bit, not much, but we'll talk about it because football's dead to us. So again, if you got anything you'd like to ask us, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com and we'll get you on this podcast. Let's talk about.
They have the 1 year they have 100 draft picks in the drafts in Pittsburgh. You ain't got a quarterback that can piss in a pot in this draft worth drafting.
I know. It's terrible. So let's talk about these are the players that we have that are free agents. And simple game. Simple game. Keep or chuck. Keep or chuck. Okay. First one, Calvin Austin III. I'm going to say keep, just because I don't know what we're going to get yet. I think you got to keep.
Can I get him on a 3-year $7.50 deal? When I say $7.50, I'm talking like $7.50.
You're going to get him on the cheap, so I think you got to keep him because you know what you have.
If you can get him on a 3-year deal, say for $8 million, yeah, anything over that. When I say $8 million, I'm talking $8 million total for the contract. If that. Out. Bye. See ya. Out of here.
I think that would be fair. That's about where I'd go. Chuck Clark. See ya.
I'll pack his bags for him.
How about Driscoll? We don't even know who he is.
I don't even know who he is. Who's Driscoll?
He's a lineman. Kyle Duger
Kyle
or
Duggar?
Duggar. Yeah, Duggar.
Pack his bags.
I like him. I think you keep him. I think you give him something
TJ,
small.
he was very bad at the end of the year.
He started out like a house on fire, but then he kind of
He was
tailed.
very
I'll
bad.
give you that.
TJ, Chuck Clark replaced him in that playoff game.
That's
He did.
how about
You saw who started the other safety. It wasn't him. It was Chuck Clark.
that's true. No, that's true. So yeah, so we'll let him go. How about Daniel Ukel? Is that how you say it?
I thought he was good. I'd bring him back for a small deal.
Okay. Gainwell.
I think you got to bring him back.
I think you do. I think you definitely do. Connor Hayward. He wasn't bad as a fullback. Fullback, H-back position.
Yeah, I bring him
on
back.
the cheap.
Cheap
You're going to
deal.
get him
Yeah.
cheap, right?
Yeah.
How about Cole Holcomb?
No. For what? For what? You can't play special teams. Bruner's kid that was a special team ace was a linebacker. He just time to grow up. He can do the same stuff that dude. Get him out of here.
Let's say
The dude has TJ. The dude he has one leg.
how about Killebrew? Miles Killebrew.
I don't know, dude. He's old and he basically destroyed his knee. No.
Done. Louderface.
To the moon.
How about Dean Lowry?
I have no idea who he is. Next.
He's a D tackle, no? How about your guy, Scotty Miller?
To the moon. He get him and Louderface get on the same spaceship together and shoots to the moon.
How about the tight end Parham? He stinks.
Who?
Parham.
Is that the
Don
guy that
Parham.
blew his he took they signed him and the next day he blew everything out of his whatever?
I mean, he's a monster. He's huge, yeah.
No, we have a monster. We don't need another guy.
That's true. How about Parham? Or how about Pete?
Pete?
Defensive tackle, yeah. Or guard. He played on the line, offensive tackle.
He's offensive guy?
Yeah, he's a swing guy, plug hole guy. He did pretty good for us when he had to come in.
I don't think you're going to need him. Bah, gone.
Okay, go on. That's fine. I get it. How about Jabril Peppers?
To the moon. I don't know why they signed the dude. I don't even know why they signed him. I was so happy when they signed that guy like he was going to be a star. He played like 4 plays.
How about James Pierre?
Sign him.
Yeah, you keep Pierre. If you got a chance to keep Rodgers, do you keep him?
Who?
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
The 8?
yeah, that guy.
It doesn't matter what I say. He's going to come back.
You're going to get him on the cheap anyway. You're going to get him for what?
He's come. TJ,
15,
I could say get rid of him. It's not going to matter. He's going to come back. But if it was up to me,
if you're not bringing in a great quarterback and developing somebody behind him, why not bring him in?
Sure.
So we'll keep Rodgers.
Don't feel good about it. Don't feel good about it.
Samuel Jr. You can keep him?
100%.
Yeah, he was good. He played good.
100%.
How about Isaac Samalu?
No. Bye.
Done.
Too much money. Too old. I like Tribal Chief. DJ, I like Tribal Chief, but man, I just you can't you gotta he's too old.
What if you get him on the cheap?
No, it's too old. I'd rather go young.
Too old? Well, he's done. Okay, it's cool. How about your guy, Thielen, Adam Thielen?
TJ, take him out in the backyard, throw a slug at him.
Just shoot him. How about your guy, Skylar Thompson?
No need for that guy, dude.
And how about your favorite wide receiver? Marquez, Valdez, Scantling.
That dude should be working at Disney. Next time I'm there, he should be pushing the button so I go on. When I go on Thunder Mountain, he should be pushing the little dressed up, and that's it.
So those are our free agents. Well, you think
what a crappy roster they put together. Those are the guys.
Those are the guys.
Ugh.
So what do you do with Patrick Queen?
You got to keep him. How much is he making next year? 18 million? I don't know what he's making.
I think so, yeah.
You got to keep him.
I think you do. What do you do? What do you do with a crowded outside linebacker room?
This gets me nervous.
Who do you move? You have to.
Who do I move?
Yeah, you have to.
Golly, man.
You hate to say it, but you have to.
I can't. I got his jersey. I can't. You can't.
You have
You
to.
can't take. You can't. I
What do you
can't.
what do you think you can get for Watt now? Maybe a second
A
and a
third
fifth
round
rounder?
pick. A
I think you
third
get
round
more than
pick.
just a third.
He got too
You'll
much on
get
his
at least the
contract,
same.
TJ. Too much on the contract.
So
Declining.
you will find a dumb team that'll pick him up.
They're not going to do that. He's a one helmet guy. That's what
I
they.
think
That's
I think you go to him, you ask him, said, "You want a shot at a Super Bowl? We're not taking a Super Bowl this year."
they better be shooting for a Super Bowl. They got pot roasts coming into coach. You got.
I mean, they're not going to get rid of Herbig. You can't. He's too
I
too
think they're,
talented.
he's being chirpy about trade stuff. So I think that's what they're going to do and say, you want to get chirpy, it's not the Steeler way. See ya. I do. And if it was me, you're right. I would get rid of. I can't believe I'm saying get rid of 90. I would try to get rid of 90, but they're not. So the next,
Do you think
you can't get rid of
you get
her.
more? Would you get more for him, or would you get more for Highsmith from last year?
Just because Highsmith's younger and he's on a cheaper deal, I think you get more for Highsmith. You talking about between him and Watt?
Mm-hmm.
You would get to me. You get more for Highsmith because he's on a what? He's making $12 million and he's probably 6 years younger than him.
Yeah.
So I think you'd fetch a second rounder for him.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, that might intrigue me too.
I don't know, man. But I think you probably get a third rounder for Herbig, maybe more. I don't know.
Which is that? Where did they get Herbig at? Did they get him in the third round or the fourth?
Third or fourth round. But I just have visions of him just doing that and that just haunting you forever.
He's too good of a player. I don't think you let him go.
It's tough call, man. But it is crowded. They're going to have to make a decision, man. Because I think Sawyer is going to be okay.
Oh, he will be. He looks like he's got all the stuff that you need there. Who else? I mean, now they got to pick up a true second wide receiver.
I agree. You either got to draft somebody or you go after maybe Dobbs from, of course, bring everybody from Green Bay and turn into. But I think we'll draft somebody. I think they'll use one of the first two picks on a draft. They got 12 draft picks.
I know they have.
I mean, so I think they'll get that. The one I think they have to extend Joey Porter.
Yeah, they do. He was lights out toward the end of the year.
He was very good. And you got to think the one that I'm kind of curious about is going to see Ramsey because
I like Ramsey.
You do, but you got Deshaun. You do forget you got Deshaun Elliott coming back.
Yeah, I just like what he brings. I think you have those guys back there together, and
yeah, but dude, are you going to have 35-40 million tied up in your safeties?
I mean, that's true.
I don't know. Is Eccles? Eccles isn't a free agent, is he?
No, he's not.
So, I mean, to me, it's like, what do you do? Like, I don't know what you do there. I just don't think you're going to have 35-40 million tied up in your safeties.
Yeah.
I don't. Especially if you got to extend Joey Porter. Then you got to probably make a decision at some point, too, on Washington.
Yeah.
Were they in the same draft?
Yeah. He was in the draft with Herbig and all those guys.
So it's like Broderick Jones. I don't know if they're going to pick up his 5th-year option.
I would you? I wouldn't pick it up. No.
I wouldn't even have him start next year. I'd have him be the swing tackle.
Yeah.
Hence why I said Pete needs to go because you're going to have one of those dudes being the swing tackle that played this year. You're not going to need him.
You know what? Broderick may be somebody that you could trade. Somebody might still say there's potential in him that they think they can mine.
I don't know, man.
Left tackles are hard to find.
So you're going to have dudes you're going to Jonnu Smith better not be on this roster.
Oh, he'll be gone. Yeah, he'll definitely be gone.
He should have. To me, I would have cut him right after the game. Texting him like, "Sorry, bud. You have fun."
You got to find your own way home. Sorry.
I would have been like, "Go ahead, dude. You basically went like this to the Steelers."
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
I don't know, man. I think they got a lot of decisions to make. They got a lot of. The draft's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because they got 12 picks. You can't use 12 picks.
No.
So you're going to come
They will position to get somebody that they want, somebody up. It's going to be interesting because they've really been, focusing heavy on the line. Do they take another swing at maybe the D line this year again? Do they take another swing
I
at the
saw
O-line?
a clip from the Senior Bowl, some dude from Florida that looks like an absolute monster. I was like, I'm in the back of my head, I'm thinking, wide receiver, right? I'm going, Timmy want that. Yeah. Like he looked like an absolute. He looked like a bear, just a bear playing, just throwing. He was ragdolling people around left and right at the Senior Bowl. I'm like,
That could be what they're going to do. I mean, they need to pick up. They do need a stud receiver. There's no doubt.
They
I think they're
have to
set
get
at
a
running
receiver.
back. I think their running back looks pretty good. We still got to see what this kid from Iowa does. I don't. I'm not going to throw him away after that first
No, I
year.
think I think he'll be. You can't throw him away. So I mean, they got work. I think they got to get, like I said, they got to get a couple young interior guys. So I think they got to get another guard. I mean, if you're going to play Simon, you got to get somebody young. But I don't think you got to waste high draft capital doing that.
No, I think you can
Your
find a first
lines, your
round or
line's
something.
pretty much set, dude. I mean,
It
it's not
is.
like they're young, they're set. D line, like you said, I think you could use some more. Um,
I mean, they got great line. They got great tight ends. They've got great running backs. You need another skill position or two, like another
yes.
receiver. I
Now I
mean,
think
then
like to me, the wild card of this whole thing, man, truthfully, you got Porter on that side. Asante Samuels he was a first round pick pedigree.
yeah,
I mean, he didn't play bad. I don't think he played. There's nothing
no,
egregious he did. You could, if you bring him back, you could have your two lockdown corners
you could.
for quite. And he's young. I think
He
Samuels
is.
is. I think he's maybe a couple years, either same age as Porter, or a couple years older,
Yeah.
and not much. You may have your two dudes there. So that's why I'm kind of like, do you do you get rid of Ramsey and maybe try to get a hybrid, one of those freakish hybrid safeties, and pair him with Elliott early in
I
the
mean,
draft?
maybe you could. Again, we got to see what he's going to be like when he comes back because he was. I mean, he was hurt most of the year.
He'll be fine. You
Yeah.
know why? Because he did just like McCarthy in his press conference. He pointed the Steeler logo. And he went, "Why? What are you playing for? Steeler logo, colors, wrapping a baby, Pittsburgh."
That was great. You know what? Their roster isn't awful. I think I'm interested to see with new coaches with the groceries to see what they're going to do with them. I don't think it's getting
I,
any worse. I think he is. What do they say about McCarthy? They said that he raises the floor. He's not a raising the ceiling guy.
Again, TJ, it's coming home on a Sunday thinking maybe I'm going to get some lasagna, something delicious, and you're like, "Hey, pot roast night."
I don't know. I think it's
TJ, you could have
interesting.
told me in a million years the Steelers. You could have gave me a million chances. Who do you think the Steelers' next coach is going to be? There is not a chance in those millions. I would have said Mike McCarthy.
No, I
None.
wouldn't have either.
None. I would have said
No.
me before Mike McCarthy. I would have said you. I'd be like TJ
Yeah.
Harris, next coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I wonder. I don't. I wonder if he was just that good, or if they just did not see anything they liked, and they're like, you know what? None of these guys. We're not. We don't trust the franchise with any of these guys.
TJ, I don't know. I mean, I would have loved to have been a bird of the wall, like him coming into that meeting and like those guys just talking. Like I could see him like during the interview, he's like eating a Pimani sandwich across from Rooney, like, huh? Yeah, I'm a
Probably
quarterback whisperer.
drinking in Iron City. Well, think about this too. If their heart was really to go toward offense, there weren't a ton of proven offensive guys. I mean, all those guys. Shula was a defensive guy. Flores is a
Shieldhouse.
defensive guy.
Shieldhouse.
But again,
Shieldhouse.
we talk
The
about
Kubiaks.
now Kubiak, yes, but you talk about guys you're going to take a swing on. He is proven. He's a proven offensive guy.
TJ, but that's what they've done. They've taken swings on guys for the past 60 years.
Well, they have, but I mean, Noel had the pedigree because of who he coached with. You know, I think Tomlin just came in with his Tomlin. I don't think they knew what he was saying. They're like, this guy must be pretty smart. We have no idea what he just said. Talking about his aunts and uncles' parts and stuff like that. They're like, hey,
I don't
I
know.
mean,
I
Flores. I think they had defensive guys. They're like, you know what? We want to swing the other way. I
I
think.
agree, but give me somebody swinging young that I can grow with. I don't want somebody old. He's old. He's old. He's pot
I,
roast.
well,
He's
but look at
pot roast.
this. Like, look between the AFC and the NFC. You see the AFC game where they get in, and you see. I mean, do you think the Patriots are any good?
I don't know how they're. I don't know how they got to the Super
They have
Bowl.
no offense. But I
They
mean,
have a good off. They have an okay offense. It's just the fact that they played like I've never seen a team this lucky in my life.
I get it. So even the way that they win, what 10-7,
That
both
game
of
was
those
horrible.
teams. Did either one of those teams? There's no offense.
Jared Stidham is bad. The weather played a big key in that. Jared Stidham is
I get
awful.
that toward the end, and I get that.
Trust me, I'm not a Bo lever, but if Bo Nix is playing that game,
Oh, they
the
win.
Patriots don't win.
Yeah, they win. I get it, but I still don't. If you put the Broncos up against either NFC team, say LA would have got in, I think they blow their doors off. Either one of those guys blows those guys' doors off.
You know what? I said the same thing, and I'm still saying the same thing that Seattle's going to blow the doors off of New England. But I just know I'm going to be sitting there fourth quarter and be like, how the hell is New England in this game?
Anybody but New England.
You know it's going to like keep rattling in my head after Sam Darnold's fourth interception. You going, told you about Sam Darnold being all good.
No, he's
I'm going to be like, when I look on the bench and he's doing, I'm seeing ghosts. I'm going to be like, Darnold sucks too.
Would you take Darnold?
Yes, I take Darnold. But I take TJ, there's a bunch of guys you named I take right now. I look back on it now. Remember when you were calling for Baker? Yeah, I take Baker. TJ, there's a bunch of dudes that I'm like, yeah, give me that dude.
Would you take Shedeur Sanders?
No, not that dude.
How did he make the Pro Bowl?
I would rather see Mason start every single game for the next 10 years for my team than Shedeur Sanders play 14 plays for me.
How do they vote? Who votes on the Pro Bowl?
TJ, who do you think votes on the Pro? I don't know.
How did he get into the Pro Bowl?
TJ,
who said this guy?
He has 10 interceptions and 7 touchdowns, and he made the Pro Bowl. You might start in the stadium and be like, dude, come on down. You're the AFC representative for Pro Bowl quarterback.
Dear Lord. We had a week where he makes the Pro Bowl and then Belichick doesn't get in for
since it's a flag football game, I'm guessing that Shador's going to be torching dudes in a flag football game. Like, right choice.
How did Belichick not get into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot either?
I would have loved to have been in that room. The people just being like, hey, let's keep Belichick. I'd been like, dude, you're a jerk. I've heard Duliak, the guy from the pit, that he didn't vote for him.
Well, you know what? Because they all know. They all know.
Oh, come on, TJ, come on.
Is there a
TJ,
tougher picture than have you ever seen Belichick when he's sitting there and he's got all 6 of the rings?
He looks like the Dark Sith from Star Wars. I'm like, I get it. He may have cheated a couple, but a lot of those he won. I get it. But I mean, okay,
dude.
let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Does Brady not make it first ballot then?
I don't know. I think he should, but I don't know. You know why I think he transcends that? Because he goes down to Tampa and he wins with Tampa.
Does Brady not go in first ballot? I mean, he cheated.
I think he will, but maybe they'll be. Who do you think they hate more, Brady or Belichick?
I don't know why you hate Belichick though. Like, it wasn't him. It was what's the guy? Ernie, whatever his name, Ernie, whatever the hell his name is, his secret guy. That was the guy that was cheating for him.
Yeah,
he was the true Darth, the Sith Lord. He's the background.
What was it like Otani? Didn't Otani's like his translator was making the bets? He had no idea.
But truthfully, if you want to look back at the annals of the Patriots stuff or whatnot, when that guy retired, that Ernie, whatever that guy dude's name is, whatever his name is, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah,
he has like a mustache. He would be like. When that dude finally retired, the Patriots sucked rear end after that. So that dude, he should be in the Hall of Fame first ballot, truthfully. TJ, he may be the best coach personnel anybody's ever seen of all time.
He could be. Did you ever hear
trophy
the stories?
After him?
They said when they were in New England, like on like their headsets and stuff like that, they'd get like the broadcast of like the Patriots stuff. And then they said this, they said, if we're getting their broadcasts, are they intercepting our stuff and just? I mean, you talk about a cheating organization. Kraft, tell me 2 bigger dirt balls than Kraft, who's the massage whatever he was doing that, and then I did see a funny thing with Belichick. Did you see? They said he waited 45 years before his girlfriend was born to date her, and he goes he can wait 1 year to get to the Hall of Fame.
I get it. To me, it's just like, where do you draw the line, dude? TJ, O.J. Simpson's in the Hall of Fame. He murdered people.
That's before he killed people, though.
But he's still there, and the bus is still there. You got to take it out.
He's,
There's some sleazeballs.
If the gloves don't fit, you must have quit.
I get it, but there's some sleazeballs in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
you're like, you keep him out for a year?
Like Ray Lewis?
Come on,
Tim,
dude.
are you pretty sure Ray Lewis killed somebody?
TJ, they still haven't found that white jacket. It's somewhere in Miami.
If you're listening, Ray, I don't think Tim does. I don't think you did anything, Tim or Ray.
At this point in time, TJ, it would probably be the highlight of my life if Ray Lewis murdered me. I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, that would be the only thing that I'd be known for. They'd be like, that's the dude Ray Lewis took out.
Oh, and the guy that looked like Fetterman.
I may have to go to Turkey and get a hair transfusion thing just so I can dodge that bullet for the rest of my
You
life.
might. Dude, you'd look great with a full head of hair of Turkish hair.
That may be my next kind of bucket list thing of trying to find Fetterman and like us doing the Spider-Man meme together.
That would be pretty epic. That would be epic. All right, that's all we have for the Yinzer Bros this week. Again, if you like what you hear, like, subscribe, pass along to all your friends and your neighbors. We're the
I
Yinzer
hate
Bros.
football.
We will
I
be with
hate
you.
it.
We will be with you through the off season, through all the stuff that's happening. By the way, who do you like for the Super Bowl, Tim?
We'll be here every Sunday. Pot roast will be in the oven, ready to go.
Who do you like
Who
for
I
the
like-
Super Bowl?
I liked what's the team? I don't even know who's
Seattle?
playing. Seattle. I like that team.
Yeah, I don't like the other one.
So just for me saying I like Seattle, whoever's listening to this pod, if it's 3 people, I put your mortgage on the New England Patriots because anything I touch turns to crap.
All right. Well, you heard it here, folks. First, the betting advice with Tim. Again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Again, stay classy, Pittsburgh.
I can't even say we're number 1 anymore. I'm just gonna start changing. Be like, pot roast is ready.
Hey, we're gonna see what he does. I'm a believer.
Bleeding, wrapping a baby.
See you,
Number one
Pittsburgh. See you.